I was staying at the Flamingo Hotel in Las Vegas, oldest property on the Strip, with a sordid mob history. In the middle of the night, I woke and saw a dark figure moving around the foot of my bed and coming up the gap between the twin beds. I hit the light and there was a full figure of a man in a 60s sports blazer with blood all over his face. I yelled, "Go away," and started flinging my arms in his direction. Just like that, he disappeared. I woke my friends in the other bed and my buddy said, "What the hell are you swatting at?" I told them and they laughed at me. The following morning my buddy said after I'd fallen asleep, water was dripping on his head, but there was no leak on the ceiling, and was convinced we may have shared a paranormal encounter. When I was 16, I was riding horses with my friend in the field beside our house. The horse threw me and I hit my head hard. The next thing I know, I'm on my back in incredible pain, staring up at my friend who was frantically screaming at me. Dazed, my gaze shifted and then refocused on her friend behind her, a tall, thin man wearing a black suit and an old-fashioned wide-brimmed hat. He was staring unblinking into my eyes over my friend's shoulder. Days later, she came to visit me in the hospital and I asked her about the man I'd seen. I thought it was the new boyfriend she'd recently told me about. She told me that there was no one there but me and her. When I was 7, I suddenly awoke in the middle of the night to a young child kneeling near my bed praying. At first I thought it was my younger brother, so I asked him what he was doing. After I asked, he slowly looked at me and stood up and started running, so I hopped out of bed and followed him down my stairs and out my front door. We had a long driveway and I followed him all the way to the end and then he simply vanished. I went back to my room and nothing like that has happened since. I went to bed one night after watching a bunch of spooky paranormal videos and was thoroughly on edge. I was ridiculously paranoid about ghosts, even though I had never had anything ghosty in the house at all, nor had anything bad happened in it that I know of. Then at around 3 a.m, still not asleep because of fear, the band on my boxer briefs snapped as if someone pulled on them and they let go. I was visiting my dad last summer and trying to fall asleep when suddenly I felt a hand grab my ankle. I kicked furiously at whatever was grabbing me, jumped out of bed and screamed. There was nothing there. My dad came running into the room and found me sitting on the floor facing the bed. He asked me what was wrong and didn't believe when I said nothing, that I thought something grabbed me, and even checked the closet. I immediately felt embarrassed, but it felt so real. I've never had something like that happen before or since.